Good evening, Mr. E. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, Miss Hinton. How are you?
I'm doing good, feeling good, and I'm so glad to have this opportunity to come on again this Monday and talk a little bit about our movement, our
Oh,
community against bullying, a call to action now.
what a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful call there is. Our community against bullying, a call to action when now.
Right now. It is definitely something that needs to be addressed, something that has to be eradicated, because we have children uh, in this world, in this country, that definitely needs the support system and they need protection against all kind of things. And bullying is one of those things. We're here today, Mr. E and I, we host a radio show, FYI radio show, and we talk about so many things. Uh, but this season, especially in the month of October, we're going to be addressing bullying and what it is, why it is such a problem, and some things that we can do to help children to stay safe. And so I'm just glad, Mr. E, you can tell them a little bit about yourself.
I'm Ed Everett. I'm the co host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton. And I'm Ed Everett. Also is the pastor and the founder of the Restoration Family Worship Center. And guess what? I just want to let you know this is a great call to action. This is a great call that we are doing for you and yours.
Absolutely. I'm Yolanda Hinton, founder of Crystal Community Development Corporation and CEO of Crystal Records. We do a lot of things. We mentor young people. We have young men and women achieving success program. We have a time of giving. We do a lot of different things in the community for seniors, and we just make sure we advocate for those that need someone to help guide and to make sure people are uh, treating people, especially Mr. Yao children, right.
You know,
I've gotten a chance to work with a lot of children, and it is a pleasant experience. But we know wherever children resides, there's gonna be a problem, and one of those problems is bullying. We're gonna see it. I was doing a program in Newport News. I told you all last week, and it was so many children, not enough adults. And sometimes you see that. You see that in the schools. You see that in other places. And when you are in those places where you cannot necessarily protect and handle every child, it becomes a problem because you have people, young people and children and adults that sometimes want to take advantage of the that sad person or that person that's insecure or that person that's handicapped or that person with low self-esteem. And so for that reason, you have to have people there that are going to monitor situations and make sure every child is safe.
that's right. Miss Hinton, maybe some people don't understand that the importance of bringing great awareness to bullying. When a person is bullying, maybe you may not take it serious that that person is being picked on, have been picked out, and has folks looking at them in a different way or call them out of their characters. So what we are doing is bringing awareness so that you can be able to identify and understanding that bullying is not behind you, not to the left, not to the right, but right in front of your nose. Adults are bullied as well as children are being bullied. There's some adult bullies as well. So we want you to understand, we want you to know the purpose, and that it is very important that we pay close attention so our children wouldn't be feeling sad, wouldn't say, I don't want to go to school, that they'll be able to have joy and happiness along the way.
Absolutely. And that's the problem. It just takes a child and it just immobilizes them. An adult too, but we're talking about the children right now. It takes and immobilize them. They don't know what to do. They become suicidal, depressed. They become anxious. They suffer with all kind of conditions and things like that as a result of bullying. And bullying is now extreme because of the violence associated with it. And so it's not just child's play. We got to let people understand now. This is not just somebody tattling or just, oh, ooh, 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 you think you cute. It goes beyond that because a bully, and especially in this day and time, wants to drive that person off the cliff. They want to make that person's life a living hell. They don't want that person to have no peace or solace in their life whatsoever. And they do it on a daily basis. They make a career out of it, Mr. E.
That's right.
It's
That's
not
right.
just something that they're going to do one day. They're going to continue to do it day after day after day. They're going to make that child a laughing stock. They're going to take money from them. They're going to do bodily harm. They're going to lock them in rooms, and they're going to abuse them. They're going to make sure other people abuse them. They're going to make them do things they wouldn't necessarily do. Some bullies make kids go into gangs, and they force them and push them into gangs and things. And so it is not something that is a light subject. It is something that's heavy, and we're here to address it. And one way we are going to address it, Mr. E, we have a campaign,
That's
a
right. That's right.
challenge online, and it's a petition. And we are here tonight to let you all know, please, to sign the petition. Our Community Against Bullying, a call to action now. It's on my page, Yolanda Hinton. It's on Edward Everett's page. And we need you all to support. Now, I just want to take the time to thank those that have already signed the petition. I want to just say, you all, a call to action now, you all are right there with that. And in order for us to really get the exposure that we need for this movement, we're going to have a certain number.
That's
So
right.
change.org can give us the platform to really reach out to this country, and all the world. And so that's why it's so important that we get the numbers. Mr. E is going to give you all a little bit on how you can actually sign the petition.
I want to let you know this is what the petition looks like. When you go to Edwards Everett's page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, you'll see this on the page. You'll see what we're looking at right now. And I think I picked up some glare. You'll see what we're looking at right now. And when you see that, it'll be saying a big old dog in the middle, and it was said happening right now underneath your nose. Bullying, our community against bullying, and a call to action now. And that's what you'll see. Now, what you do is once you get to my page or Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton's page, what you do, you go on that and you take some easy steps. It's some very easy steps. You take these easy steps and you go step by step, and then you sign your name to this petition. It doesn't cost you not one dime. All we need is you to sign your name to this petition and get your neighbors, your sister, your brothers, and sign your name to the petition. We just don't want you to like the page. No, don't like the page. Facebook is built on like and share, share and like. We just don't want you to like the page. We want you to go farther than liking the page. We want you to go inside the page, and we want you to take the next step and to sign your name. Then you can come out of it and share it.
Absolutely.
But what we want you to do is to first go in and sign the petition. It's got all the instructions that one needs. It got details for the petition, what's new, the comment, updates. It's got all of that there. And then you'll see that so many people have already signed this petition. And what we want you to do is to take that step, to take that leap of faith and be with us, stand with us, because it's a problem. You got children that's failing because they've been bullied. You got folks that don't want to tell their parents about this child or this young man pushing them down because they're scared that if they bring you into it, that they gonna get stitches, they gonna get beat up. And that's why a lot of our children, when you watch your child, parents, you got to watch their action, what they're doing. That's why it's a call to action now. That's why
Absolutely.
we want you to know, we want you to be able to recognize why your children, oh, don't just take it as she just act that way. No, 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 no. There are reasons why they don't want to go to school. There back in the day, Miss Hinton, I used to play like I was sick. But I really wasn't sick. It was because I really didn't want to school because this lady, this girl, was taking my lunch. And
Mhm.
I was hungry. I mean, when lunchtime come, I tried to duck her. I even got an old greasy bag so she might not think the sandwich no good. But she was a real live bully. She took it. And I kept telling my parents, I don't want to go to school. I didn't want to make up anything. And that's what our children are doing today. They don't want to go to school. They're scared to go to school
Yes.
because of someone is picking on them. Listen, it's a call to action now. It's time that you can get involved now and sign the petition. If you don't ever go to your child's school, but do this right now for us. Go to this petition, and then what I want you to do is sign the petition. Sign it. Go to this petition. You'll see it under my name, Edward Everett, as well as Miss Hinton's name. Open it up and then sign the petition. Take the next step. It's a call to action now. Let's do something about these little bad children, picking on children, these little gang members, and let's do something about it now. This is a step that you could do so that your child can be eliminated. Bring great awareness to you so you know what's going on.
Absolutely. Now, like Miss E said, click, don't just like, but click. Click the link when you see it on the page or if you see it on the wall. Make sure you click the link so it can take you to the petition. And we really need you all to, uh, again, work with us, support this cause. It's for our children, it's for our community, and we need those numbers so we can actually give information to our community and show them how they can make things safer for children. Be aware of what bullying is. I wrote a book, Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose. And it's a great book for children, for the family, for bullies, for victims, just giving them information on what a bully is, what a victim is, why people bully, and who they bully.
Mhm.
Also, resources on where you can get help from, and a united front is
That's right.
also something that's needed in order to eradicate this thing called bullying. If the community, if our leaders, if our parents and teachers and our government would band together and pay attention to the things that happen to our children, we wouldn't have so much abuse in
That's
this
right.
world. There's so
That's
much
right.
abuse going on, bullying, you got sexual abuse, you got physical abuse, you have it all. And it's just spreading, it's getting worse. You have kids that actually are made to be in gangs. And if they don't, a lot of violence happens to them. Either they're beat up or they're murdered. I have a friend, that grandson was murdered because he did not want to engage in gang activities. He did not want to be in a gang. And they were like, "How dare you refuse being in a gang? How dare you refuse it?" And so they took his life at, I believe he was 17, 18, or 19 years old. And, that's really a shame. Mardell Lewis, thank you for joining us, young lady. I hope you have signed the petition. Please tell your friends, your relatives, your Facebook fans that we need those numbers, and we need you all to help with getting people to sign the petition. Again, Mr. E, that petition is on our pages.
That's right.
We need you all to click on those pages, not just like what you see, but click on it, go to the petition, and sign it.
That's what it's all about.
We need the numbers.
That's what it's all about, Miss Hinton. We need you to, to do something about this. If you ever want to stop so much violence, then all you got to do is sign the petition and help us. Not only is the book that Miss Hinton was talking about is in English, but it's a Spanish version too, so that you'll be able to give it to your Spanish friends, and take it to your schools and read it to the children, so that they can understand what it feels like, what to look out for, and what's going on with them. I have a granddaughter that's been bullied. She had been jumped in a game, and it's very hard for her to be jumped out, because once you jump in a game, they will take advantage of you. Yeah, I experienced it with my grandbabies. I have 2 grandbabies that have experienced it.
Yes.
And what they had to realize is that, they got tired of being picked on. I had one grandchild was picked on because she wore red glasses, red eyeglasses. What's wrong with her wearing red eyeglasses? I had another granddaughter be picked on because she was obese. She wanted to hang around with the Barbie dolls, but they didn't really want her to hang around with them. She was obese. You'd be surprised what a bully would do. They would pick on you because you're handicapped. They would pick on you because you walk funny. They would pick on you because you wear red glasses. They would pick on you because, you got a missing tooth. It's nothing that they will find fault in everything. Your mama brought you to school. They will laugh at you. That's a mama's boy. That's so they'll pick on you because of everything. Look at that short sleeve shirt you got on. Look at them old blue jeans. You ain't got no good wearing tennis shoes. You ain't up to speed because you wearing Skippies and they're wearing Jordans. And you wearing Tide Waters, High Waters, and they wearing baggies. So they'll pick on your child. Listen, parents, listen to us real good. Go to our page, Edward Everett, or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton page, and you'll see the petition. Don't just like the petition. Don't do that. It's not doing us any good. It's not doing our community any good for you liking it because you saw it on our Facebook page. Don't like it. Don't listen. Put it on your story so that they can go and put it on your reel so they can go and sign it. Tell them do not like it, but sign the petition. It's well needed. Your children, my children, it'll help our community to rise above mere survival. So
Absolutely.
make it your business. Make it your business to go to our Facebook page and look at the petition. It's right there before you. Do not like it, sign it and share it.
It's okay if they like it, Mr. E, but that's not the problem. Is if you like it and not click on the link, that is not really doing us any good. We can't get the numbers, and so you have to click the link. Not just like the page, but click it because we need the numbers. I want to say hello to Jose, Jewel, and again, Mardell Lewis. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, it is very important that you all please sign the petition. It gives us more exposure for our movement, our community against bullying, a call to action now. It's very important for our youngins, for our children, what we get out of it is being able to see that children are being protected. I worked in a place, and I'm telling you, it's so many kids, not enough adults. Some kids are harmed. Some kids are, just bullied. But this is the thing, Mr. E. We know that kids are going to tease. That's just how kids are. But when it goes to the next level with the violence and the things that they do to really crush a child's spirit and tear down their esteem, that's when it really becomes a problem. And so we want to make sure that our children are protected. I know some people probably, they don't experience it or never have or don't know any bullies, but when you get a chance to talk to people and you hear the stories and the nightmares and the suicides, and when you start hearing the harm it does, it makes you want to say, wait a minute, something has to be done. And so we're addressing it. Crystal Community Development Corporation, we're addressing this problem, and we're trying to pull in the community. Now, this is not our first time at the rodeo, honey,
That's right.
because we have done so many things in the community to pull together our leaders, our friends, our relatives, our community, those that are in the community advocating. We're trying to pull them together to help our children to have a better life, a well-rounded life, a life where they're safe, where they're not threatened, where they're not blackmailed to come into gangs and to do wrong. Some kids, you all, I don't know if you all understand it, but some kids are absolutely a victim to, people wanting them to be pulled in and do harm to others. They don't just pull you in just to, have a good time with you. They're pulling you in to make sure you are destroyed.
That's right.
Absolutely destroyed.
That's right.
And so we really want to put an end to this bullying. If we all work together, if we all come together, that child that is sad or handicapped, or that child who has a lot and somebody can't stand the fact that they got too much, sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's like, oh my, it flips. Sometimes the one that has a lot, is going to bully the one that don't have a lot. They're going to make a laughing stock out of it. And then sometimes those that have a lot are really victims as well. They are ostracized. Oh, you think you cute. Oh, you think you better. Oh, look at you. You got this and you got so much. Let's make this person's life a living hell. And so we want to get rid of that. Now, another thing that we're going to do, we want you all to save the date. October the 15th in Chesapeake, Virginia. Our community against bullying, a call to action now, will have a rally in the Chesapeake area at 11 o'clock a.m. For our young people and for everybody, actually. We want the parents to come out. We want the bullies to come out. We want the victims to come out. We want the adults to be there, giving information to young people to just help them to find strength in life and say no to bullying. We want that bully to transform his life. Sometimes a bully needs skills. Sometimes that's all he knows. Sometimes his parents, sometimes his friends, sometimes his relatives are bullies. And so he's a victim too, because he's been born into that foolishness. And so we want to help the bully, when we want to help the victim, we want to help our community, and we want to help our adults, because guess what? There are adults that bully other adults, Mr. E. And you see that firsthand. Some people would be surprised when some of this bullying goes on. Mr. E mentioned last week, he said the church. He said the church.
They bully right there.
Of all places.
All places, Miss Hinton, they'll bully you right there in the church, because this is my seat. I sit here. I sit here, and I sit here for the last 20 years. I've been sitting here now. Who told y'all to come? Oh, she got my seat. Who told y'all? And then from that day on, because they've been set in their way, they're going to jump you every time they see you. They're going to say things about you every time they see you. I want to say good afternoon to Miss Barbara Loring, to Miss Roberta Carter, to Miss Mardell Lewis, to Miss Jewel Corprew. I want to say good morning to you. Good afternoon to you all, and thank you so much for your great support. I said good morning. Thank you so much for your great support. It's our community against bullying, a call to action now. Go to Edward Everett's page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Henson's Facebook page, and look on there for this bullying is right underneath your nose. Go and look under
Yes.
there and you'll see it like this. It's just like this. And all we want you to do is take the next step. Right underneath the way you see the red bar is taking the next step. And all you have to do is go open that up and sign the petition. That's all you got to do. And then you can like it and then you can share it. But
Yes.
this is what I want you to do because you see it up there. We want you to go in it and let it work for us, for you, and for your community. Let's make your community strong and safe. Let's bring awareness to these folks who are out here taking advantage of our children, pushing them down in the hallway, pushing them down in the locker room. You know, you a little squirt, knocking them down, and everybody else is against them. You know, you're taking their lunches away from them. You're pulling the chair from under them. Not only that, you're making a mockery out of our children. You're putting thumbtacks in their bag, even though they got a book bag, and the book bag they may have may not be up to you because their mamas are bringing them to school, their daddies are bringing them to school. Right then and there, you're joking them because you, and I know the funny part about it, Miss Hinton, those who make jokes wish that they could have the same thing as other folks have. But you don't know that because you don't have it. Now you want to take advantage. Because you jealous of somebody. You know, when I looked at my granddaughter going to school, and she was going to a church school. She was going to a Catholic school. And because she was wearing red and every day somebody want to joke because them red glasses thought that singled her out. And
Mhm.
those red glasses was beautiful on her, but guess what? Because she was wearing those red glasses, folks started picking on her, started laughing at her, and that demoralized her. That
Yes.
hurt her. And then when she got to looking for her glasses, guess what? She broke them up.
Yeah. Oh,
She
wow.
broke them up because she got sick and tired of folks joking her because she's got red glasses upon her eyes. You know, so
Yeah.
let's do it, y'all. Let's go to the
Absolutely.
petition. Tell your
Absolutely.
loved ones, tell your friends. Let's look at the numbers. Let's get 100 people out there to sign this petition. Do it now. Go to our page right now. You know, if we was having a picnic rally selling fried chickens and cornbread sandwiches, you'll be right there to get them. But here, I want you to do something that will help our community. I'm begging you. I'm pleading with you. Let's sign that petition. Let's make this thing come to a head so we can expose all those folks, all
Mhm.
those bullies out there, so that you can live in a safe environment, so that your children can live in a safe environment, that they can go to the play park, they can go to the centers and play and won't be picked on.
Absolutely. You know, I just had a flashback. I remember when I moved here from Brooklyn, my father died in a terrible accident. My mother brought us here, seven of us. And I remember when I started going to school here in Hampton Roads and picked on because of, oh, you think you're from New York. Oh, you think you're proper. Uh-huh. We gonna have everybody beat you up and all that kind of stuff. I'm just laughing because, you know, there are children that cannot stand up against that. But, you know, being
That's
from
pressure.
Brooklyn and having siblings, you know, I was wondering why I had all that training and stuff of fighting and carrying all of them siblings. I never fell for the bullying thing. You can't bully me. I'm not gonna let you. But there were children that wanted to challenge me on every hand, girls, and they wanted to fight. And I mean, I didn't even know them. They would hear me, and I was like, "Oh man!" I tell you what, um, I didn't fall for it, Mr. E. You couldn't bully me, but I do know one thing that I did experience a little bit as a result of bullying was I became just a little more quiet. I didn't necessarily want people to hear my voice, to speak, too much about, my just to use my vocal cords. I kind of got a little more quieter because that was one of the reasons why they would bully me. But I never, if I was challenged, I would challenge back. I would never cower it down. I never was that type of individual. But the thing about it is, like I said, I got skills, coming from, where I can to handle that because that's just the environment that was there. When I, coming from Brooklyn, New York, maybe if I, didn't have the siblings and was in a different type of environment, maybe I would have been that type of person that would just get bounced on and beat up and carried on, but not this girl. But we have children that don't have those skills of being able to tell someone or say, I'm being bullied, or, standing up to people that are challenging you, or, you know, getting, fighting back or whatever. You got some that just don't have that. And so we want to make sure those that don't have that become stronger and they're able to tell and they're not blackmailed and threatened, that as soon as it happens they can cut it off. They can
That's
get
right.
somebody to advocate and be with them, the schools or whatever. And that's another thing, Misty. A lot of times some adults don't even want to hear it when children talk
That's right.
about
That's right.
how they're bullied. Some parents don't want to hear it, something. And that's one of the problems. They don't have anybody to advocate for them. They don't have anybody that can listen. And so that's why we want the rally. We want to have that rally to tell parents, you got to listen to your children.
That's right.
They're having rallies to tell parents, if you have that type of child that's awkward and kind of, just kind of, people call them nerdy or handicapped, or just have a different way about them, they may be getting bullied right underneath your nose.
That's
And
right.
so we have to let parents be aware of that. We have to also let people be aware of what a bully does, why he does it, and who his victims are. Who they are, who he wants to uh, pull in and do a number on.
You s-
We've got to address gangs, and
That's
we
right.
have to address all kind of things to let people know that these things exist. At one time, people didn't think that gangs were in the South. They didn't, in Virginia, a gang. Are you serious? Um, but gangs, they develop, anywhere. They're everywhere.
That's
And
right.
gangs are not just young people in gangs, honey.
That's right.
You
That's
got
right.
gangs everywhere. You got
That's right.
gangs on your job. You got gangs in the church.
Game.
You
Yeah.
got gangs of people that they band together to make a person's life a living hell. Cyberspace is a uh, thing that we have now that is, it's a platform to really for bullying. All I have to do is say, you know what, this person right here that I'm, talking to, he ain't right or she ain't right, and everybody that I know, them little bees or whoever they are, little walls or whatever, they're gonna come and they're gonna do a number
That's right.
because
That's right.
that's what the environment is calling for. And so cyberbullying is a thing that is a big problem. Cyberbullying is really pushing people to really lose their mind and become mentally ill. You all don't believe it? You better ask somebody. You can go online, Twitter, and all these, and you're gonna see all the trolls and all the people, the wicked one, and everything up there to do a number, say the wrong thing.
That's right.
You got celebrities. They got their little gangs, and they have their little folk that will come. The minute you say something, in your opinion, Here they come. And honey, they're going to do a number. They're going to tell you to kill yourself, slice your wrist. They're going to do a number on you because they just don't want to hear anything but what they want to hear. And all they want to hear is good things about that one person. And I'm not condoning people that come on and try to do a number on anybody, but I'm saying there are people that just hover and look for the opportunity to do a number. That's how these young people get trafficked. And that's how these young people end up being pulled in to predators and things like that, because people are lurking on the internet
That's right.
just ready to do a number on the weak. And so we want you all to understand the cyberbullying. You have road rage. You have people on the road just now shoot. Mr. E, did you know they shooting all important? They will shoot. I mean, they shoot. What you shooting for? Who you shooting and why are you shooting? On the
Because they got a little
internet?
attitude with it. Because they got a little attitude with life. And when you touched on something that was so good, Miss Hinton, we wonder why what a bully does to a child. And then parents, you said this also, Miss Hinton, that parents, please, please, please pay close attention to what your child is saying. A lot of people think, oh, they just children growing up. They children act like that. But see, we got to understand that the teacher has a job. The teacher comes there to teach, not to be a patrol officer to separate fights and things of that nature. Well, if your child go through all the proper procedures and go to the teacher and tell the teacher, and then all of a sudden you said the teacher don't do nothing about it, then you go out there and raising sand with the teacher. Well, the teacher is trying to teach 29 other children, and then you got someone from another classroom want to pick on your child for no reason. They're shooting every day. They're carrying knives every day. They're busting down doors in the school, and they're taking matters in their own hand. And then we're not paying attention.
Yes.
These bullies will make your child come in your house and take your house over.
Yes.
Let me say that again, because y'all ain't paying. Y'all didn't hear that. A bully will jump your child and make your child tell you not to obey their mother. You the mother, you the daddy, will tell them not to obey you because they said what you're saying ain't right. Because they don't have what they have, and they don't have what your child have. Your child has not recognized that they don't have what they have. Listen, I want you to go to the petition now. I want you to take the time out. Go to petition right now under Miss Yolanda, the Lady Henson's name, or Edward Everett's name, and you'll see bullying is right underneath your nose. You'll see it, and all you need to do is see this right here. Go, and see the petition bar down. Going down there and hit the next step. And when you hit the next step, sign your name. And then like and share. Tell your friends, sign their name, like and share, and then tell them to sign your name. Do us a favor. Do it now. Do it right today. Go and tell everybody. We like being on Facebook. Go on Facebook to the bullying. You'll see it on Edward Everett's page and Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's page, and you'll see it right there. Sign the bullying happening right now. Go there. It's right underneath your nose, and bullying our community against a bullying, a call to action now. Let's really make some noise. Well, let me show you a prime target of bullying, Miss Hinton. When I looked at the folks going down to Washington, D.C., and they begin to tear the White House down.
Yes.
They was bullied by Trump. Trump said he didn't do that. He didn't do it. But listen to me real good. They was pushed to the edge. And then when they pushed to the edge, they couldn't do but go and do what they did.
Well, they were bullies. They were bullies too.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. Bullying is right underneath you. If they don't like your child's complexion, they'll bully him. If they don't like the shoe that you done spent your hard-earned dollars, they'll beat him up. If they don't like the jacket that you put on, maybe it was not a name brand jacket, but but his jacket, they'll talk about him. If he's got different eyeglasses, if he's got an ear that's deformative, they'll talk about if his hands or his legs or he walk funny. You know, I used to have a complex because I'm bow-legged. Yeah, I'm bow-legged, and I used to get upset, Miss Hinton, because they used to call me bow-legged Lou, bow-legged Joe. You know, and it's just like you did. They'll laugh, they'll laugh, they'll laugh, and I couldn't help because of my legs were like that. You
Mhm.
know, I was born like that. But it hurts your feeling just to have somebody make mockery of how your feet may be. Or he got club feet. He's slew-footed. And it was so funny to other folk, but you got to consider somebody else. So I want you to take the time out right now. Get on Facebook and call all your friends. Go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the lady Hinton's Facebook page, and look for the bullying indicator right there. Looks like that,
Mhm.
just like that. And you said bullying is right underneath your nose, a call to action now. Take the next step. See that orange bar? Guess what? Hit that orange bar and start signing your name, your children's name, and everybody else's name like that. We need 100 signatures. You can make it happen. Do it
Absolutely.
for us. Do it for us today. All right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We need your help. We need to bring more awareness to the problem. It is right underneath your nose. You know, it's not child's play, kids tease and all that stuff. But when you begin to take it to the next level and just force people uh, to do things that they wouldn't ordinarily do. When you take it to the next level and you make a spectacle and a laughing stock out of someone day after day, when you're on the bus and you are forcing them to fight and steal and do a number, when you're forcing them to carry guns
Yeah.
and just hurt and try to destroy people's lives. When you forcing people to do something, this when it becomes a violent crime. It is not just child's play. It's not just kids getting mad over a ball that somebody has. It's not that. Like I said, a friend of mine, her grandson was bullied. He was murdered because he would not get into a gang, and so it becomes, a lot of things that become attached to this thing called bullying. Watch where kids are, watch where kids reside, in the daycares, in the schools, their college campuses, on the road, cyberspace, online. I mean, it is a terrible animal. But also, sometimes even in school, kids are going to bully other kids in school, but then you have adults that will bully too as well, Mr. E. You have some adults, and let me say this, they can't stand your child.
That's right.
For whatever reason, a teacher or a person in the school doesn't have to necessarily be a teacher, but an adult in that school system sometimes can make that child's life a living hell. Now, let me tell you something, and I'm not just talking because I'm just talking. I'm talking because this is what I saw. It compelled me to write this book. Bullying is right underneath your nose. It compelled me. I wasn't paying attention to bullying whatsoever. I was teaching a program for the state. It was an anti-drug for children. Too Good for Drug. That was the name of the program. And I taught it for 5 years. Bullying was the farthest thing from my mind. And then I began to see and become aware of, where so many children are and you don't have the staffing, you find out that these things can happen. And so, I've seen bullying from adults bullying children, from children bullying adults,
That's
from
right.
adults bullying adults, and children bullying children. It's just so many ways to see it. And I just wanted to address it Crystal Community Development Corporation. We just pulled in that program, and we have done so many things to make the awareness to our community. We've gotten with mayors and
That's
senators
right. That's
and
right.
parents and schools. I mean, we have just made sure, we are pulling in people and trying to find answers for people. So we have parents and stuff, Mr. E, that come to
That's right.
us, that have come to me and said, my child is suicidal. What can I do? A lot of grandmothers would come to me. My child is being bullied and nobody can help. The schools won't do anything about it. What am I going to do? This child is losing their mind. So it's not a thing of, just talking or this is some cute cause. This is what we know. This is what we see. This is what we hear. We have evidence and statistics of just a problem that is really, really getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, my brother, and we're going to have him on, Dr. Darrell Williams, is an expert, and they go from schools to schools and districts because now it has not just a matter of bullying and trying to solve it. It is lawsuits. It's
That's right.
people suing the school system and people suing parents. Now it's dollars and cents, honey.
That's
It's
right.
big money because people are now trying to do anything to get rid of the problem. And so if your child is suffering now from bullying, you better watch out. Those parents and lawyers are coming after the school.
That's
And so
right.
the school now has a problem. The school has a problem because guess what? You're gonna have to give up the big bucks because if
That's right.
you're found guilty of not protecting the child and a child is harmed in your care, baby, you're gonna be giving up those coins. And so we're gonna have him on, and he's gonna talk about how the school system is at their wits' end about this problem of bullying. Some of them don't know what to do. You got sexual harassment in the
Yeah.
school. You have bullying in the school. You have physical abuse, rape. You got all this stuff going on, and it's just getting out of control. And so he's going to share with you how dramatic this thing is, and how people are just saying, oh, okay, that's cute, but the problems that are coming along with this thing, bullying, are great.
So it's a call to action now. Save the date. Miss Hinton, tell them the date they need to save in October.
Okay, October the 15th, a call to action now. We're going to come together. We're going to bring in leaders. We'll have activities for our young people. We'll have information. We'll have a panel discussion from our youth. They're going to speak out. They're going to
Yeah,
talk. They're going to let you know the things that they go through. We're going to have, parents that have gone through it. We're going to have people in the school system that say, look, we got to get a handle of this
that's right.
problem. We're going to have fun activities. We'll have pizza and a dialogue. There's just a lot of things that we're going to do. And we're not just going to stop there. We're going to be doing a lot of things and making sure leadership understands that, hey, let's do something. Now, if you all notice, there was just a stream of violence going on in a lot of the Hampton Roads communities. The police and them, they were at their wits' end. It is just spilling over everywhere. And, you look and and people are trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah,
What can we do? And I feel as though with this October the 15th movement, call to action, we can come together and we can talk about some of the things we can do. We can make parents aware. We can make leadership aware that, hey, you can't just sit back, cutting up and carrying on as leaders, because we see that too. Leaders that are sitting back, acting like a bunch of I don't know what. And you got all these problems in the community, and you got leaders sitting up scrapping and carrying on and act like they don't have time for nothing but a bunch of crap. We are going to have to do something about that, leaders. So we need to pull in those senators and those mayors and those city council people and say, look, stop the shenanigans and let's try to find some solution to the problems that we're having in these communities now. All the
that's
violence and murders and killing. Are you serious? Who wants to live in that type of environment, Mr. E?
That's right. And we need to take care of our community. When you see senators, when you see congressmen, when you see them cussing each other out, who's the big bad wolf? I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. We got to stop that. What kind of example are we setting for our children? Is
Yes.
that the way the government act? Is that the way our congressmen act? You're trying to take somebody out by cussing them out,
Yes.
trying to take somebody out by fussing them out and go behind your back and get a clique going on. That's a bully. That's what you call someone that don't want to do right. We had incidents all over this state, all over the city, and even in your city, that folks are doing stuff that's not right, that's hurting innocent bystanders, innocent people. Children don't want to don't want to go to school, don't want to tell on nobody. Grown folk that's sitting in the church, in the convalescent homes, they got their own attitude. If you folks will say, Miss Hinton, that's the way they are. No, 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 no. That ain't the way they are. That is rubbing off on
Yes.
people. So I want you to understand, we
Yes.
want you to understand there is a problem and
Yes.
the problem need to be resolved.
Absolutely. So the point that I'm making is leaders, it's a call to action now. Stop your shenanigans. Come on and get together. You can't keep fighting one another. You've got to look and see that the problems of the community are getting worse and worse.
That's
The
right.
murders. I don't know if you all see the news every day. A murder or two. I mean, all the time, all over the communities. There's just murder, murder, murder.
All over the
And it's
globe.
just we don't have time. We need people that's going to help solve these problems. Help get together. We want churches. We want the schools. We want leaders in the government, politicians. We need parents. We need everybody to get together and say, look, come on, let's do something. All
Enough
the
is
advocates, come
enough.
on, let's get together. Let's try to resolve some of the problems of the community. Things are meant to be resolved and solved. But if you just let things go, then they're gonna just go just by the wayside. So we're gonna do the petition. We want you all to do
Right.
that. Click on that petition. We're going to do October the 15th, a call to action now in Chesapeake, Virginia at 11 o'clock. We'll give more details as we get closer. We also want you to be aware of the book. Bullying is right underneath your nose. It's in Spanish, it's in English, it's online. You can go to Amazon, you can go to Apple, iTunes, you can go to Barnes and Noble, Kindle. It's everywhere. And the link is also on my page. I'll put it up there again. Giving information on what bullying is, what it is, letting our children know how you can protect yourself and how you can identify someone that is a bully and how you can get the strength to tell. So,
And
Mr.
this,
E, it is, yeah, just about that time.
this,
Do you have
this
any last words?
I want to let our community know it is real. This is no joke. This is real. Back in the day, they had a song, "Save the Babies." Let's save. Marvin Gaye wrote a song. War, what is good for? Nothing. And then he had another song that says, "Save the babies, save our next generation, save our next doctor, save our next lawyer, save our next
Yes.
scientist, save our those who doing that study that can help find cure for arthritis, help find cure for high blood pressure, help
Yes.
find cure for diabetes, help find cure, save this generation that the bullies that not in the hand of them that want to make them commit suicide, make them want to cut their throats, make them stay in the house and become shy. They
Yes.
want to live just like
Absolutely.
anybody else want to live. So let's save our community. Go to the petition today. Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or Edward Everett's Facebook page, and jot down, open it up, and jot your name down. Text your name in there. Write your name in there, and then hey, look, and tell somebody else about it. Like it, and then share. Help, and do that. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. We challenge you all to go out and tell people about bullying, about our initiative, about this movement. We're going to meet you all back here, of course, on FYI on Wednesday. We come on Monday, Wednesdays, and
Yeah.
Fridays. We're going to be doing our What's Under the Hat issues concerning men. We want you to join us at 9:30 a.m. on all these platforms again, and our live radio show 95.3, Peace 95.3. We have WGPL 1350 AM and WPCE 1400, along with our social media pages. So please join us there. Don't forget to petition. Don't forget the book. Don't forget to save the date.
Great. Yeah.
And we'll see you back here um, on
Monday.
Monday. And thank you all for joining us. We have Mardell, we have Jose, Jewel, Roberta, Barbara Lauren, all you all that are on. Thank you for joining us. Please spread the word. We are very serious about this and we need your help. So, Mr. E, have a good evening and be blessed, and we'll see you soon.
VA, 2 up, 2 down. Bye now.